Hello VC, what's going on? It's me, Will, and I'm back with a new video. And this video is not gonna be about Record Store Day. I know that the second drop just happened last weekend, and unfortunately I wasn't able to go to Record Store Day or to the record store on Record Store Day again. I've just been super busy with work and with just life in general, and so I wasn't able to go in person. But there were only I think only 2 records from Record Store Day, Drop 2, that I really wanted to get. I ordered one of those online. I was able to find it for a really good price. And the second one, I haven't ordered it yet, but hopefully I will be ordering it soon. Hopefully once the prices go down a little bit. And I think in my next video I'm going to show you my Record Store Day Drop 2 haul. But for now, I figured I would do a video anyways because I have a stack full of 7-inch singles that I have not shown you before in any of my videos. And most of these ones are record store finds from the last few years that I just had them and I never got a chance to show them in a video. And some of them are from a record show, the last one that I went to a couple of years ago. And I also got some records that I got from my travels when I travel somewhere and I go to a record store there. And I just find some interesting things in my travels as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and check it out, and let's start off with this one. This one was a surprise find for me because I rarely find any Offspring on vinyl, at least on 7-inch singles. And this one is their single for Self-Esteem, which I think it's gotta be their most famous song. This song is extremely overplayed in the radio and satellite radio. If you listen to a lot of the alternative rock stations, they always play this song, which is I think it's bad because the Offspring has lots of great songs, especially from this era of the Offspring when they just came out with the Smash. And don't get me wrong, Self-Esteem is a great track. It's one of their best ones, one of my favorite by them, but it's extremely overplayed in the radio. And but either way, I'm a big fan of the Offspring. I grew up in the 90s. Of course, I grew up listening to them. And I don't have actually any Offspring on vinyl, so I was glad to add this one to my collection. This is, as far as I know, an original press on blue vinyl with the epitaph labels, well, on one side and custom labels on the other. Yeah, I think this one's kind of rare. I didn't see much information about this one on Discogs, but so I was very excited when I saw it at the record store. But again, great track from the Offspring, just a little bit overplayed in my opinion. And the B-sides on this record are Jennifer Lost the War and Burn It Up. 2 great B-sides from the Smash era of the Offspring. Now, newer Offspring, not so good in my opinion, but anyways, I digress. This one is also a newer 7-inch single pickup. This is Mike Kroll with his single for An Ambulance. And if you watch my videos, you know I'm a big fan of this newish artist. And this one came out on Merge Records in 2018. I bought this one at the Mike Kroll show from 2019, I think. It's the last time that he came to town. It's one of the last few shows that I went to before the pandemic. And this one came in with the Merch Records labels and black vinyl. And this is one of my favorite songs from him, from his last album. His album, also, that album that came out in 2018, also made my top 10 albums of the year. So I'm a huge fan of this artist. And the B-side is also great as well. And this one was also only limited to 500 copies. So glad that I picked it up at the show. All right, up next. And I'm going to go a little bit fast because I have a lot of records to show you and I don't want this video to be too long. But this one is from this one was a blind buy from a band called Eyeball. Prosthetic Head, that's the name of the single. And there's the back, very DIY as you can see. And it comes from Lookout Records. And honestly, the only reason why I bought this single at the record store was because it's an original press from Lookout Records. It's Lookout Records release number 14, so a very early release from Lookout Records. And I tried to collect a lot of the stuff that came out from Lookout Records in the 90s or in the I guess the late 80s. But I didn't know anything about this band. Again, this one came out in 1989. Again, very DIY, very early Lookout kind of feel on this one. Black vinyl with the custom labels. And of course, Lookout Records is known for being the first label for Green Day and releasing a lot of great punk rock or launching the careers of lots of great punk bands like Green Day, of course, and Operation Ivy, which ended up becoming Rancid. And I did not know anything about this band. All I knew is that they were on Lookout back then, and they have a really cool cover art for their single. But this sounds exactly like I thought it would sound. Essentially early 90s or late 80s, I guess, punk rock. Very raw sounding, kind of like a raw recording on this one, but it's great. It's very catchy as well. So right up my alley. Glad that I picked this one up. And this one's going to my Lookout Records collection. Again, eyeball with prosthetic head. Alright, up next. This one was also another surprising find at the record store. This one is the Minutemen with Paranoid Time. And I did not have any Minutemen in my collection, on vinyl at least. So I was glad to find this one. Great artwork from Raymond Pettibon, of course, in the front cover. And this one came out in 1980 on SST. And there's the back. There are 7 songs in this 7-inch EP at 45 RPM, and all of them fit in this 7-inch vinyl because all the songs are less than a minute and a half long. In fact, I think the shortest one is only 39 or 38 seconds. Super short songs, right up like the Minutemen like to do it. They like to keep it short and sweet. And it came in on black vinyl with the SST labels. Great EP. I'm glad to add it to my collection because I don't have that much Minutemen in my collection. First I thought it would be a bootleg because it looks kind of new, but then later I found out that it's actually a kind of like early repress of the EP. And it's kind of funny, but all the lyrics of all the 7 tracks fit in the back cover of the 7-inch of the sleeve. That's how short this EP is. Alright, up next. This one is a little bit different than the last ones that I've shown you. This one's Linda Ronstadt. And this one's called When You Wish Upon a Star. I'm a big fan of Linda, so I had to pick this one up. This one is actually a pickup from a thrift store. I rarely find anything good at the thrift store, but this one was the exception. And the B-side is a song called Little Girl Blue. This one came out in 1986 on Asylum Records. And honestly, this is not my favorite Linda Ronstadt era. I really prefer the 70s era Linda compared to the 90s. But this song is a nice ballad. Anyways, it's a really nice ballad to listen to. Nothing too great on this one, but glad to add it to my Linda Ronstadt collection anyways. And this one came in on black vinyl with the Asylum labels. Alright, up next. This one was actually this one I ordered it online on eBay because this one has been a huge hole in my collection, in my Green Day collection, for a long time. I tried to collect all the Green Day singles or 7-inch singles on vinyl, and this one is the one that I was missing. This one's Green Day with Slappy, the Slappy EP. There's the back. This one came out in 1990, also on Lookout Records. This came in on kind of like a silver background here on the cover. And here's the vinyl itself, just a standard black vinyl with the custom labels. Really cool looking. Now this one is not the original press, and it's easy to see because the early or the first pressings, especially from Lookout Records and from Green Day, came in on standard paper, kind of like the fold-out paper that I showed you in the earlier Eyeball release. This one is kind of like a thicker paper or cardboard kind of sleeve. Oh, and I forgot it actually came in with an insert with some fun facts from Green Day, or Green Day bits. Really fun to read. And the lyrics in the back. So yeah, not an original press. Those ones are a little bit harder to find. This one's a little bit easier, or at least cheaper to find online, because there's plenty of pressings on this one. I think Lookout Records really repressed this one quite a bit in different colors as well. So this one is a little bit easier to find. But either way, it was a huge hole in my collection, so I had to buy it. And it has some of the best Green Day tracks in my opinion. Paper Lanterns, it's gotta be one of their best songs. It's the first song on side A, and the cover of Knowledge, originally done by Operation Ivy, is the second song on side B. And then the rest are Why Do You Want Me, Why Do You Want Him, and 409 and Your Coffee Maker. Great tracks from Green Day. This may be my favorite 7-inch single, or EP, I guess, from Green Day. So early Green Day, you can't miss on this one. These are great songs. All right, up next, keeping in with the punk rock theme. This one was a single that I found during my travels when I went to England a couple of years ago. I stopped by a record store. I found some great 7-inch singles, which I'll show you in this one, in this video, and hopefully in the next few videos as well. This is the Ramones with Something to Believe In. And the B-side is this one, is Somebody Put Something in My Drink. One of my favorite late era Ramones tracks. Great song. First, when I saw it at the record store, it came in like this. You can only see this as the front. And I didn't know that the Ramones had a single for Somebody Put Something in My Drink. So I was surprised when I saw this, but then I found out that the A-side is actually this one, Something to Believe In. And this one came out in 1986 on Beggar's Banquet. This may also be a double A-side single, I'm not really sure. But really cool find. Both songs are great. The vinyl itself came in on black vinyl with the Beggar's Banquet labels. Really cool tracks. And by the way, the song Somebody Put Something in My Drink, great track written by Richie Ramone. Alright, up next is another Ramones single. This one is the Ramones with Do You Wanna Dance? And this one came out in 1978. Apparently came in a record label called Philips. This is another record store find. When I went to England, I found it at the record store, and of course I picked it up. I had never seen this single with this picture in the cover. And of course, when I came back home, I went into Discogs, and I eventually found out that it's a bootleg. It's not an official release from the Ramones. But either way, the record looks great and sounds great anyway, so I'm gonna keep it. And the back has kind of like a promo for Rocket to Russia. And I guess I should have known that it's a bootleg because it came in this very sketchy looking Philips label on green vinyl. But either way, the music sounds great in this one, so I'm just gonna keep it. And the B-side is It's a Long Way Back to Germany. Two great tracks from the Ramones. I'm glad to add it to my collection. Up next, let's go back to the 90s. Garbage, Stupid Girl. This one came out in 1995 on Mushroom Records. Another 7-inch that I found at a British record store. And I don't know if you can see it there, but this is still sealed. I have not opened this one, and I plan to keep it sealed at least for the next few, at least for the short term. But I don't know if you can see it there, but there's like a cloth inside. And here in the center, there's like a patterned or like a textured piece of plastic. I don't know how easy it is to see it. Almost feels like Legos on the top of the Legos. And this one's limited, but I saw online that it's limited to 15,000 copies, so they've made plenty of these ones. There's a couple of different covers on this one. There's like a blue one, and this one is the red one. And I got number 1042. And the sticker right there, and it still has the hype sticker as well. Again, I grew up in the 90s, so I had to pick this one up. I grew up being a huge fan of Garbage. I still listen to them very often. I love this era of Garbage, and Stupid Girl is one of my favorite songs from them, so I'm glad to add it to my sealed 7-inch single collection. And this is the last one that I have to show you for this video. Another record store find. This one is White Flag. And this one's called Third Sun Mower. Third Sun Mower. And there's the back. And of course, this is the lineup of White Flag that features Kim Shattuck of the Muffs, rest in peace, and Ronnie Barnett, also of the Muffs. And this one came in a really cool gatefold. And there's the band. Very tongue-in-cheek, everything about this band. Their songs, their artwork. You can tell that they're trying to make fun or just have a lot of fun with their releases. And again, this one's called Third Sun Mower. It came out in 1993 on Monster Records. Really cool looking labels on this one. On black vinyl. And there's the back. And the songs in this one are great. A lot of them are from the compilation album that came in for the 20th anniversary of White Flag, which I also have in my collection. And one of the songs in side B, Call on Me, is a cover from the Bangles. Or I guess they were the Bangs back then. So really glad to add it to my White Flag collection. But yeah, that's it. That's all I have to show you for now, VC. Just 10 quick 7-inch singles. I still have a few more that I haven't shown you. For some reason, I always buy 7-inch singles, but I always forget to show them in my video because I try to focus more on the full-length albums. But hopefully in the next few videos, I'll catch up and I'll show you the rest of them, as well as my Record Store Day Drop 2 haul. But that's it for now, VC. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.